We've had an amazing turnout today. I think there's probably over 100 people come out against the oil industry.
We'll be standing outside the oil conference, and the issue really is about the future of our kids.
We briefed them on what the nature of the protest activity is.
What we're going to be talking about doing tomorrow is going to be disobedient, and it needs to be civil. I mean, violence begets violence, right? I mean, we've all been told it's true.
We had the world leaders last year meet in Paris and agree that we need to take urgent action if we're going to avoid climate change, and they're just ignoring it.
It's no longer us that are radical. We're the people that are fighting for a stable climate, a stable life support system, and it's the companies that are out there destroying that life support system for profit that are the radicals.
Let's talk about why we use non-violence. What are the advantages of using non-violence as a tactic?
We wanted to just get a shared understanding of how we were going to be doing things tomorrow, and we've been talking a lot about kaupapa today, and the kaupapa of this thing is that we're all a community, we're all in it together, and we're all fighting for the future of our planet.
It's time for us to make this change for our sake and for the sake of future generations.
Awesome. Just can't wait for the morning. We started at the crack of dawn with 8 teams of maybe 30 people in each team. We had about 200 in total, we think.
I'm here today because I feel very strongly that the oil should stay in the ground.
I'm here today because the time for action is now.
And we're here because we really care about climate change. We really care about the future, and we really want to make sure that we do everything possible to prevent a total runaway climate disaster.
We knew that there are multiple entrances to the Sky City Convention Centre, so we always knew it was going to be difficult to cover them all.
Once we got to Federal Street, we blocked off one of the entrances, which was a sneaky little side door that they were sneaking the oil industry people in. So we quickly moved into place and blocked that door off, and so they stopped being able to get the delegates in there. And then we saw that they were starting to sneak the delegates in another door further down, and that was the door entrance to the Grand Hotel. So we broke off and got everyone to move and shut down that door, and that was quite an intense moment. There was a lot of police and there was a lot of security there.
Today's gone really well. From what we're hearing, we're having a massive impact on the convention itself. The Herald are reporting that it's been delayed.
The fact that the delegates for the big oil conference haven't made it in yet is showing how much the power of the people can have a huge impact.
Eventually the police intervened. They trespassed some of our protesters from out the front of the main entrance. Those protesters refused to move on principle. They were then dragged out of the way by the police, and the police set up barricades and created a police line to usher the delegates into the oil conference. I feel very proud of all the people and the success in which they effectively maintain their dignity and their peaceful disposition, and send a very powerful message to the oil industry and to the government that we need real climate action in this country.
Everyone's really, real collegial, very civil, very peaceful. People are singing, people are chatting to each other, chatting to passers-by. It's really good atmosphere.
Really moving, actually. There was a lot of singing, a lot of people feeling really empowered by it.
Something I really loved about the day was the diversity, the young, the old, the different religions and races. There was just such a broad range of people all coming together for the same reason.
You see nanas and babies coming together and saying, you know what, actually enough is enough to this point and no more. We're willing to put our bodies on the line. We're willing to put, risk being arrested today, but that's okay.
Because it's not just about you, it's not just about me, it's about all of us, it's about especially future generations. What will be left for them if we don't stand up and make a difference? We have to make change right now.
We were actively taking part in democracy. We were actively changing the course of what the oil industry conference was happening on the day. That was a really empowering feeling.
That's why we need people power. We need people coming together. That people power, that public participation is what it's going to take to transition our society to clean energy and demand that the oil industry and the politicians act for real climate action.
This is not something that we can give up easily on. I mean, this is our future. We must stand up now. The time is now, not tomorrow, now.